Good afternoon, everybody. So this is the Dr. T. Bhimrao, Assistant Professor of Zoology of the Government Degree College, Anamkonda. So today we discuss about the corals and coral reef formation. Corals and coral reef formation. So these corals and coral reefs are belongs to the phylum Coelenterata. Phylum Coelenterata. So So what is the first, go to the definition. Corals are animals belonging to the phylum Coelenterata. These calcareous or horny skeleton secreted by the class Anthozoa and some of the hydrozoan animals of Coelenterata is called corals. And the most of the corals belongs to the class Anthozoa and few of them belongs to the class Hydrozoa. So these corals are the calcareous substances, calcium carbonate substances. So these corals are mostly marine. They are the colonial, polypoid, coelenterate living in the skeleton of calcium carbonate secreted by themselves. So these are secreted the calcium carbonate, and some of them grow into the huge mounds, while other are large and branched colonies. So some are the grow in the colonies. In the colonies. Mavant Vaughan. Mavant Vaughan in 1917 defined the coral reef as a rigid or mound of limestone, the upper surface of which is nearer to the surface of the sea and which is formed of calcium carbonate by the action of organisms, chiefly corals. So these are the different types of the corals. So the types of corals are solitary or colonial. Solitary or colonial. So these colonial polypoid coelentrates living in the sea, and they secrete the skeleton formed of calcium carbonate deposits of their own. So these coelenterata, most of the anthozoans form corals which include the 2500 live and 5000 fossil species. So they are red in color, blue in color and black in color. So these corals are the mainly three types. So these are hydrozoan corals, octocorallian corals and hexacorallian corals. So these are the three types of the corals: hydrozoan, octocorallian and hexacorallian. Octocorallian, hexacorallian. So first you go to the hydrozoan corals. So these hydrozoan corals belongs to the genera. Most is the Millifera order, and some are the Listichifera also. So these are the colonial and secret the massive calcareous exoskeletons Within the exoskeletons, two types of the polypoid forms, the gastrozoids and branched dactylozoids are formed. So these colonies are the secret the massive calcium carbonate skeletons. So these calcium carbonate exoskeletons are the two types, gastrozoids and dactylozoids. These are the polypoid forms. So the epidermis of the polypoid forms is modified and refracted to as the cholicoblast layer. Cholicoblast layer which secretes the calcareous exoskeleton. So the secretion of these substances is responsible for the cholicoblast layer. And these corals are found with other corals forming huge mounds. These octocorallian corals. Second one is the octocorallian corals. See, these octocorallian corals belongs to the following orders. Most of the Stolonifera, Tubifera, Alcainosea, Alcyonium and etc. Gorgonia is also there. Gorgonia, Corallium, Gorgonia, Alcyonium, and commonly called as dead man's fingers, and Stolonifera, Tubifera. Tubifera commonly called as organ pipe coral. This Stolonifera, it includes the colonies. The skeleton is made up of the calcareous spicules stained with iron, salt, and consists of the lateral platforms. The vertical tubes are partitioned by the cross plates. So these polyps are locked in the tubes. Example is the Tubifera. And next one is the is Synthocalia, Sicanthocalia. In this order, it includes only one species. The polyps form a very large coral skeleton called corallium. Example, Helicophora. Next order is the Alcyonaceae. Next order is the Alcyonaceae. It includes soft corals. Skeleton is formed by calcareous spicules embedded in the massive mesoglea with the fusion of many polyps. Example is the dead man's fingers or Alcyonium. The next order is the Gorgonacea. So it includes horny corals, the sea fans like Gorgonia. In these corals is a branched colony of polyps which secretes the horny proteinaceous materials with calcareous spicules around the polyps. Exocorallian corals. This type of corals are stony corals or tube corals formed by the Mandrifolia order. So these are solitary and many of these are colonial coral forms. This group is the principal contributions of the coral reefs. So these exocorallians are the main contribution of the corals and coral formation. So these are the different types of corals. How the corals are formed? So coral formation. The coral polyp develops from a planula which begins to secrete the skeletal rudiment or prototheca. So this is the derived from the this, planula which begins to secrete the skeletal that is the rudiment or prototheca. So these calcareous rudiment crystals mixed with the chemical substances of sea to form a calcareous mass. So the skeletal rudiments and some of the crystals are mixed the substances of sea form a calcareous mass. So this calicoblast layer forms some small buds-like structures at the base of the polyp and form a basal plate. So all these cells united to form a prototheca. Protheca. So this latter larva develops radial folds which septa or sclerosepta and rims is built up as a thecal wall around the polyp. So this layer on the top is called the mantle. So this layer on the top is called the mantle, and the cells covered in the episaur. So this coral formation includes these following types stages: coral polyp, coral skeleton, coral growth, forms of coral, and fossil coral. So first you go to the structure of the coral polyp. So this is the structure of the this coral polyp form a theca. So this is the structure. These are the nematocyst knobs. They are the tentacles. They are the sclerosepta. This is the theca. This is the base. So in this the coral polyps are solitary or colonial. These are the either individual or colonies. If the solitary, it is the 21 centimeters in diameter. If the colony, it is the 1.3 meters. So the basal disc is absent because the basal region of the polyp is surrounded by a calcareous exoskeleton. So in this, so there is base is not visible. It is surrounded by the calcareous exoskeleton. Oral disc bears a tentacles in a cycle of 6. Mouth leads to the pharynx. These mesenteries follow hexamerous plan and are restricted to upper part of the polyp. The mesentery fiber are with glandular nidoglandular band with nidocytes. So this is the internal structure of the coral leaf. So this is the external structure and this is the internal structure. So you see this in this. So these are the tentacles. This is the mouth. So this is the basal plate. This is the sclerosepta and this is the stomodium. These are the mesenteries. This is the coelentrum. So next one is the second one is the coral skeleton. So The coral polyp secretes the calcareous skeleton. First form the coral polyp. This coral polyp secrete this calcareous skeleton from the opposite side of the column. The pedal disc epidermis and this skeleton secrete the epidermal cells or colicoblasts So it includes the corallite and corallium. It includes the corallite and corallium. So corallite is the single. So in this corallite and corallium is there. Corallite is the single polyp skeleton. A single polyp skeleton is called corallite. It resembles with the polyp. So this disc is cone shaped. So this corallite is a cone shaped. It measures 1.25 millimeters in diameter. The outer wall is solid stone-like, made up of calcium carbonate and called as theca. So this theca in the corallite. Next to corallium. So this denotes an entire coral colony. Entire coral colony skeleton is called corallium. Single polyp skeleton is called corallite. So this is the entire coral colony skeleton or a group of corallites and has many thousands of corallites. In living colony, small delicate polyps occupy only in the upper surface of the corallium and can withdraw completely in their protective corallites which emerges at night to feed. So this is the this structure. Next one is the coral growth. So the colony grows in size or thickness by the continuous budding of the new polyps. So the buds may arise from the horizontal tubular interconnections or from the polyps themselves. These consecutive layers of skeleton or secrets as the new polyps are budded off, and further the skeletal layer increase in the thickness when the polyp grows. Next one is the forms of corals. So based on the growth and arrangement of the polyps, these are two types. The forms of corals are the two types based on the arrangement, growth and arrangement of the polyps. These are the solitary corals and colonial corals. So first one is the solitary corals. So this corallite is only these are the individuals. This corallite is disc-like or cup-like or mushroom shaped. So it measures the 0.5 to 25 centimeters with numerous sclerosepta without theca. So these lies on the bottom by the stalk or pendulum. Example, this fungia and flabellum. So this is the fungia, this is the individual solitary coral, and also this is also flabellum is also, this is the structure, this is the individual form of the this solitary corals. So next one is the colonial corals. So most of the stony corals are belongs to the this colonial corals. Most of the stony corals are belongs to this colonial. These are the plate like or cup like or spherical or vase shaped skeleton. So example Arcopora, Oculina, Menandria, etc. So this is the Menandria. This is the colonial uh, corals, and this is the Arcopora. So you see this is the Arcopora. So this is the Menandria. This is the colonial corals. Next to fossil corals. So in order, this is the Mandriforaria. Mandriforaria includes more than 6,000 fossil species of these corals. So Rugosa and Tabulata includes the complete extant forms. These fossils of these corals formed a great in the Paleozoic era which were replaced by the Mandriforarian corals. Mandriforarian corals. So next, this is about the coral formation types of corals. Now coral reefs. Coral reefs. So these coral reefs or coral colonies grow continuously in size by budding and form these extensive mass known as the coral reefs. So coral colonies. Before we discuss about the coral colonies. These coral colonies grow continuously in size by the budding and form this extensive mass. This is called coral reefs. So this according to the T. Wayland Wagon in 1917, coral reef is a ridge or mound of limestone whose upper surface is near to the this surface of the sea and which is formed chiefly of the calcium carbonate secreted by the these coral polyps. So this principal builders of coral reefs are stony corals. The important contributions are the hydrocorallian and alcyonarians. This foraminiferan protozoan is also take a part in the formation of coral reefs. So this reef building corals requires a warm shallow water above the 20 degrees centigrade. So it is the optimum temperature of water to build the coral reefs at the 20 degrees centigrade or above. Most of them develop to 10 to 20 millimeters in year. So the present coral reef are formed 15,000 to 30,000 years ago. Coral fauna. This coral reef is a shelter. This coral reef is a shelter for several animals. So these cracks, crevices, and mass of corals attract a host of other animals. So this includes crabs, shrimps, and barnacles, and worms, and starfishes, and brittle stars, etc. In no part of the earth has this incredibly variety of the life on a coral reef. So types of the coral reefs. Types of the coral reefs. So these are the three types. Coral reefs are the three types. Depend upon the formation. Depend upon the formation. These coral reefs are the three types. The first one is the freezing reef. Second one is the barrier reef. Third one is the atoll reef. Freezing reef, barrier reef, and atolls. So first you go to the freezing reef. So these are the nearer to the sea. This coral reef uh, laying close to the shore of the some volcanic islands or part of some continent are termed as the freezing reef. So the freezing reef may extend out to the distance of the a quarter mile from the shore with the most active zone of coral growth facing the sea. So these are nearer to the this quarter mile. So the seaward zone is commonly called the edge or front. A shallow water uh, channel that is 50 to 100 meters broad. This lies between the reef edge and shore. So at low tide water of the canals ridges at the quickly exposing a flat bottom surface called the reef flat. So it is largely composed of the coral colonies and other animals. So this is the structure of the this freezing reefs. So this is the Iceland. So this is the freezing reefs. So this is the structure. Next one is the barrier reef. So this barrier reefs are like these fringing reef, but they are located some distance away from the shore. So these are similar to that of the this first one, but some distance from the sea. So the stretch of water separating from the barrier from land maybe of a 16 kilometers or more in the width. So it is called a lagoon or lagoon. So it is 20 meters to 100 meters deep and is suitable for the navigation. Example is the Great Barrier Reef along the north to eastern coast of Australia, about the 200 kilometers long and up to 150 kilometers from the shore. It is the Great Barrier Reef. So this is the Great Barrier Reef, Queensland, Australia. Next one is the third one, atolls. So these are the atolls also termed as a coral island or lagoon island. Coral island or lagoon island. So it is a ring-like structure or horseshoe-shaped structure. So these lagoons not, not as Iceland, but the lagoons varies from the a few to above 90 kilometers across. It may be complete or broken by the number of channels, of which only a few are navigable. The outer side of the reef slope of rather steeply into the deep of oceans. The atolls of Bikini, famous for atomic and hydrogen bomb tests. Atomic and hydrogen bomb tests. is famous to in the these atolls. So lie in the Pacific Oceans. So this is the structure of the atoll reef. The next one is that this is the steps by step in the formation of the atoll formation. You see this in this. So this is the atoll. So this is barrier reef. This is the lagoon. So this is the iceland. This is the fringing reef. So what is the formation of coral reefs? So the formation of coral reefs have the several scientists propose the several theories. And economic importance of the coral reefs. Economic importance of the coral reefs. So these corals of the remote geological past formed reef structure were highly favorable sites for the accumulation of the petroleum deposits. So these economic importance of the coral reefs are the to accumulate the petroleum deposits in this area. And also these coral reefs serves as a habitats of several or many plants and animals like sponges, molluscs, and echinoderms and fishes. And some corals are highly priced for their decorative values. So, for example, is the Corallium rubrum is a considered to be a precious coral of the India and China. And the red coral is also an organ. Red coral and organ pipe coral are used in some indigenous systems of medicine in the South India. In the chunks of coral skeleton belongs to the species proteus are used as a building materials. Some Oroids are used in the building materials. This coral skeleton serves as a raw material for the preparation of lime or mortar and cement because of their calcium carbonate and magnesium carbonate content. So these coral reefs are helps in in the factories of the cement, mortar and limestone due to the presence of this calcium carbonate and magnesium carbonates. So this reef serves as a good nursery grounds for the commercially important fishes. So these are the uses or significance of the these coral reefs. So this is about the corals formation and coral types and coral reefs formation and types of coral reefs and significance of the coral reefs. So this is the class. The next class we can we can discuss about the next this polymorphism in the cylindrate. Okay, right. Thank you.